How are you feeling about the tournament?
Well, I feel good. I mean, when you're the number one seed, it's always a good feeling, but quickly dissipates when you look at the competition, and the competition's stiff up here. We've got 4 really good teams, and the first team we're playing, we played 3 times at home and beat them 3 times, and that's very difficult to do to begin with, and then to beat them a 4th is going to be even harder. So we've got to come disciplined and ready to play tomorrow.
Team, we're talking about St. Mary's, your first round matchup as the number 4 seed after a slow start. We talked about them earlier this year, arguably some of the best bats in the conference, maybe outside of St. Edwards, but some really powerful bats, and going up against them a 4th time. But you're going to start Eric Hester. Do you think he has what it takes to get through that?
Yeah, he does. He's our ace right now, and he's been pitching the best, and we're going to give him the ball, and that's our strength, is our pitching, and it has been all year. So hopefully the good pitching beats the good hitting, and that's what we're going to try to do.
The other 2 teams are going to face in a 4-team tournament. Lubbock Christian, Oklahoma Christian, the only 2 teams in the conference who can say they took a series off you. What have you done leading up? Obviously, you can't look past St. Mary's, but in a double elimination, you're going to face one of the other teams. What have you done after those series to prepare for them?
Well, they were a long time ago. That's the one thing. The Oklahoma Christian was the first conference series, and we lost the series to them in an extra inning game. That was the difference. And with Lubbock Christian, we did the same thing. We lost an extra inning game. So ball bounces one way, and that's the thing in tournaments. You got to have that ball bouncing your way a little bit. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good in these things, and hopefully we have a little luck on our sides, and we can make a difference against those teams this time.
Looking at ramifications moving forward, because as we've talked all season long, conference tournament is not it for you guys. You have higher aspirations, further aspirations to the regional. Most recent ones came out. You jumped to 3rd after a strong finish and a slow finish for Mesa and Lubbock Christian. How do you think that could be affected by this weekend's tournament?
Well, it's going to be huge because Lubbock is right behind us in 4th, like you mentioned. So it's going to be, the winner of that game is going to have the edge again, and that's the thing that they have on us right now is the head-to-head record. They beat us at home, like you said before. So that's a huge game if we do play them. But all these games are gigantic, and they're all against good teams, so that helps when you go into the postseason having strong record against quality teams. And like you mentioned before too, we lost 2 series to 2 of these teams. So it's a thing that we've got to make sure we take care of our job, and our job is to win ball games up here. And if we do that, we'll be fine. And that's the thing that I've told guys is that we don't have to win this tournament, but we've got to make sure that we're competing for it in the championship at the end. And if we do that, then we should be in good shape. But you can't control what goes on behind you. And if Lubbock Christian beats us, and there's a couple other upsets in other tournaments, then we're going to be vulnerable. And that's the thing that's scary about it, is that it all comes down to one weekend. But that's the reality of Division II baseball.
As the number 1 seed, you are the host, but unfortunately, you can't play at or on St. Edwards campus. You can't play on the hilltops. You're up at Mary Hardin Baylor. Does it feel like a home game for you guys? Only an hour from Austin. Do you feel like it's an advantage or a disadvantage to be up here?
It feels like tournament baseball, and that to me is, the advantage of it is that we're going to play, at these kind of sites as we go forward, and that's the thing. You have to win at these sites, and to me, I'd almost rather get away from home sometimes and get the guys in a hotel and have a controlled environment, and not worrying about what they're doing or where they're sleeping at night. We know where they are when we're on the road. So that to me is a big advantage, and it's something obviously we would love to play at our home field if we could, but when you don't have that alternative, then this site obviously is a great place to come, and we thank the school for doing this. Mary Hardin Baylor has been gracious enough to let us come up here and use their great facilities, so we're going to take advantage of that this weekend.
Enough about on the field. All conference came out today. Congratulations to you, named Coach of the Year again in the Heartland Conference. Romeo Cortina, newcomer of the year. 7 guys on the first team, 3 more guys on the second team, and then 3 Gold Glovers. What does that mean for the team? What does it mean for you?
Well, I tell guys all the time, and I'm the direct representative of it too, it's all product of your teammates, and it's all product of the guys around you. And if they're not doing their job, then the individual doesn't get the accolades. And we got a ton of them, but that always happens with winning teams. And that's the thing, is that when you win, those individual awards take care of themselves. And just like that for me, I'm gracious, and I'm glad that I got that, but really it's a reflection of my assistant coaches, to be quite honest. I mean, they're the ones that do all the grunt work behind the scenes, and do the little things that that get the thing done, the big picture. And that's what you know, the representatives of our team did on those, is that, you know, the guys that are in practice are pushing them every day, and the things that you don't see that go on, that you know, weight room work and all the little things that go into making a great player are you know, they're many times folded over by the time it gets to who is all conference. And you know, it's a nice recognition, but again, all of our guys would trade that in for a championship, and that's again what we're shooting for this weekend.
Talking about championship, and you talk about, you mentioned in a previous interview about looking back and taking a second to look at the season and things that are special about it, but at the same time, you know, you're you have 6 members on first team, something you've done before, so you're almost breaking your own records over and over again. So what people ask, you know, the dynasties of the world, is what keeps you guys fresh, or what makes this season special?
Well, it's the knot in your stomach right now. It's playoff time, and it's time to win. And like I said before in this interview, we're not guaranteed next week right now. I mean, we've got to make sure that we take care of our job this weekend, and you know, that's the thing that's exciting. That's the part that, you know, the whole year comes down to this, but it's much better than the alternative. I mean, if the alternative is you're sitting at home right now, you know, that's the thing that makes you feel really bad, and you know, we'd much rather be here, and that's the thing that we're going for, is to keep on playing. And you know, anytime you can win a tournament, whether it be this one or the next one, it preps you to win, you know, the World Series one time, and that's what our ultimate goal is. So we're still shooting for that. We haven't got to that you know, that level of championship yet. We've won everything else in between it, but we still want that. So that's still what we're striving for, and that's the thing that keeps us hungry right now.
Well, thanks again, Coach. Good luck tomorrow, and congratulations on everything thus far.
All right, thanks, Sam.